Hello everybody, welcome back to LQ's Creations. I hope you're having a good day, a good evening, a good morning. So I am back with another set that I received from Spellbinders, and this one is part of the Dolce Vita Collection. And this one is, I may butcher this, was it Amalfi Breeze die set with this lovely one that's kind of a figure of a lady in her bathing suit, and then on here's the fringe down here to create like a towel scene, or even use like on the bottom of her swimsuit to do something. So since this is a die that's part of the collection, what I was going to do was go ahead and make using like some die sets or something out of the kit, like using some of the beautiful sayings we got out of the Weekender stamps. I even picked up this little bitty cute child, the little what is it, like motorcycle bike thing, so that I'll use in a different kind of card, or even just the little balloons or something from it. Not sure what I'm gonna do with this. So I do have this little bitty sample that I got from another little class that I took with Spellbinder that I'm probably gonna use as to create like my towel and everything on it. So that, and then just try to see what I can do and make really beautiful out of this this little die set here. If you go onto the website, Spellbinders does a really good job of putting on there, of giving you images and blowing them up so that you know, pointing to what each little die is for according to the picture. So I printed that down just as a reference guide to have. I mean, it's a pretty easy, simple set, but when you get those intricate ones that have a lot of pieces to it, these little things like this come in really handy. Also too, I wanted to say before I get started, please go back and check the video previous to this where I did like a little shop haul, as well as some beautiful jewelry I received from one of my girlfriends. And if you're interested in it, just let me know and comment below in the description box. So I will go ahead and get to cutting here and choosing some papers and things. As I always say, get your groove on and let's make this little die set come to life. Which of course it'll be me laying on a beach towel somewhere soaking up the sun, but you know, hey, a girl's got a dream. So alrighty, we'll get going. Okay, so as you can see, I had a lot of fun with I should say, laying on a nice or whatever, you know, somewhere with this beautiful lady that was sent to me. So sorry about that. The reveal is I did this lovely little lady. So I did something a little different. I mean, this can still be used on a card front, but what I did was, because as you know, in a recent video that I have done, is on the design team for my local craft store here, which is called It's All About the Scrapbook in Dixon. Check them out. I was there on Saturday and I actually went in person and sat down at a table and did some crafting. I was Yvonne was very nice enough to let me come in and just sit and do some work on this and just do some stuff and get out the house and do some shopping and just have a little bit of fun. So what's different about this is, yes, this can be used on a card front, but what I did was, when I turn over, it's on a little bitty frame. Now, how cool is that? So in the store, I just happened to be thinking about, or needed some card bases because I didn't have any with me, and saw this and I said, you know, that'd be a really cool, different idea. How about just make it as a picture? So yeah, this is me laying on the beach towel. The swimsuit, I took some of the ink that was included in the Weekender, which is this lovely mica spray here, and sprayed that on some water, and then kind of inked in, or just kind of really had a good time with different things and making a water scene, and decided to cut my bathing suit out of that. In this, I came in with which is fawn for the skin color. And then what I did was, I did kind of ink it a little bit on there. And then I took some raven for the hair, which I do wear my hair black sometimes. And then for the flowers, I'm coming in with, I used, was mulberry. It's either mulberry, or it was in between mulberry and violet. And then of course for the leaves, I used a little bit of the peridot, as well as a little bit of the rainforest. And to make the flowers, I used my friend's line, Suzanne from A Creative Muse. I used her dyes in this. So to make the flowers, I used her garden wreath add-on and just had fun cutting out a bunch of leaves and flowers to make the pretty flowers you see here around. And then as far as the music border on the towel, I used this one from the Classic Mouse Borders, and thought that was really fun to use as a different way besides just using it for Steamboat Willie. And it lets you know these borders can be used for anything. They don't have to be specifically related to just Mickey Mouse and Disney theme. So I thought that was fun. And then for my background, I used this 3D folder here, which was the lined corners. This one is the new one, 3D embossing folder. Really cool. You could, to me, it gives the effect of like a sand, or just kind of like a really interesting line, you know, 3D background border that you can use on things, and thought this was just really fun. So I played with that. And then of course my La Dolce Vita banner here is from the La Dolce Vita banners that was part of my Weekender, but you can also purchase this one from Spellbinders. I may not have all of the list of everything with direct things. Please, if you're interested in shopping, just click on my link down below in the description box, which will take you to Spellbinders. I'll make a small commission. Doesn't cost you anything. Just going to shop through my link, and then you'll be able to go from there and maneuver around on the website and everything. So This again was just a really fun card, or excuse me, picture now, that I thought would be something different. And it's in it reminds me to make sure that I do lay next to something when we go for our big upcoming trip here at the end of the summer to Greece. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm starting to get excited about it. I'm a little nervous. Who isn't? Be my very first time going out of the country, but I think it's going to be fun. Oh, and for my little silver things here, that was just some gems that I had that I picked up recently on a shopping haul. These were not from Spellbinders because I need some more things, but it was these that I used for the center of the flowers. These are from Pink Fresh Studios, and so it's their gems, and so yeah, they're little essential gems. So that's what I used to make this just lovely card of me. Oh, and the silver border here is from and I don't have it with me, but there's some new colors out in Spellbinders that I did not get a chance. I didn't use these, but I do have them, and I'll use them for future cards later. So you've got it's the treasured cardstock. So in these are like, I think former added on to the previous one. They have the metallic, the gold, and the rose gold collection of these. So in here you get it's a onyx assorted pack. You get glitter metallic, matte metallic, brush metallic, mirror metallic, and pearl metallic. That's in black. And then next you have the aquamarine assorted pack, which again is glitter metallic. You got like a matte metallic finish, brush metallic, mirror metallic, and pearl metallic. And I mean, isn't that just gorgeous? Wow. And of course, it's one of my favorite colors, teal. And so that's how that one is. And then we've got, which is antique assorted. It's a white, or to me it's like it's an off-white, kind of like beige color. So again, glitter, matte, brushed, mirror, and pearl. And that's going to be really pretty, especially for Christmas time coming up to make the cards and things. I think that's going to be really fun to play with. And then last but not least, we've got our ruby assortment, which is our lovely red. So again, the glitter, matte, brush, mirror, and pearl. So I started to use this in this card, but I didn't. But the silver is from the Spellbinders silver assortment. So I thought that was really fun, just to put a little bit of some sparkle on the end of the tiles there for the fringe. And anybody knows me, I love bling anyway. And so I just thought this was really fun. So I made this as a kind of gateway segment for when I go on vacation. So again, that's how this one turned out. If you can see it, I'm going to hold it up just a little bit closer. And there you go. There's me. So again, I want to say thank you to Spellbinders for sending me this lovely set, which is called, what is it? What's it? Amalfi Breeze. I know, apologies. And it's part of the Dolce Vita Collection. And so just a really fun little simple set, this little lady here, and I think she's going to be fun, and just use her in a whole bunch of different ways for the summertime. And hey, you may even get lucky and hey, find clothes to put on her. I think I've even seen, if make sure to go join and check out the Spellbinders Facebook part in there, and just wow, people have really taken this little die set and just made some unique cards with it, and just lots of inspiration, ideas, and everything on how to use her, as well as other parts from the collection. So again, thank you to Spellbinders. Thank you to It's All About the Scrapbook, from where I got some of these lovely things from. And I hope you're having a good day, a good morning, a good evening, whenever you're watching this. Be safe. Oh, don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps the channel to grow and allows me to keep doing this kind of content. So I will see you in the next one.